The Test of Language Development Intermediate 4th edition, known as the TOLD I-4, measures the oral language abilities of most children and adolescents between the ages of 8 years 0 months and 17 years 11 months.
The materials included in the test package are the examiner's manual, the examiner record booklet, and the picture booklet. The examiner record booklet contains 5 sections. Section 1 regards the student's identifying information. Section 2 is designated for results of the subtest performances. Section 3 is to record the results of the composite performance of the 6 composites measured in the TOLD I-4. Section 4 is a list of the descriptive terms used to describe overall performance for each subtest and each composite in sections 2 and 3. Section 5, the final section of the record booklet, is the administration and scoring instructions for each subtest. The picture booklet is used for subtest 2 to test picture vocabulary. It contains 9 picture plates and there are 6 pictures per plate.
Jessica is an 8-year, 2-month-old girl presenting with language deficits. She was previously taken to an SLP for evaluation at age 5 by her mother. Jessica's mother, a social worker, noted that Jessica's language was different from her peers, although she does not demonstrate obvious deficits in cognitive functioning and appears to have appropriate play, motor development, and social skills. Jessica's mother reports a healthy pregnancy and a birth without complications. Jessica has 2 older siblings who are both typically developing, although her father reports seeing an SLP for language delays as a child. In many aspects, Jessica's language appears to be typically developing. However, she continues to produce primarily simple single-clause sentences and inconsistently applies tense, plural, and other grammatical markers. For example, she might say, "We eat dinner," instead of "We are eating dinner." She also has a below-average MLU of 3.3 and frequently omits or inappropriately uses auxiliary verbs. Jessica was initially diagnosed as at risk for dyslexia but did not qualify for services. Her family has been sending her to a private practice SLP on a weekly basis. She is now being reevaluated on the recommendation of her 2nd grade teacher.
The examiner reads aloud a series of short sentences to the student, who combines them into a single sentence.
I'm going to say some sentences. I want you to listen carefully, then put the sentences together. Make one sentence out of the sentences. Make your sentences as short as you can. For example, if I say, "I am big, I am tall," you can say, "I am big and tall." You make one sentence and you make it as short as you can. Now you try. I like cake, I like ice cream.
I like cake. I like ice cream.
Yes, but can you make that sentence shorter?
I like cake and ice cream.
She picked an apple, she ate an apple.
She picked an apple and ate an apple.
It rained, we got wet.
It rained and we got wet.
To score subtest 1, a clinician would record correct answers as 1 and incorrect answers as 0. Verbs and nouns in correct answers may appear in any order. Acceptable responses are noted in the record booklet next to each item.
Subtest 2, Picture Vocabulary. The examiner says a series of 2-word phrases, one at a time. After hearing each phrase, the student selects from 6 pictures the one that best represents the stimulus phrase.
I want to see how many words you know. Some of the words I'm going to ask you about will be easy and some will be hard. If you don't know what some words mean, say, "I don't know what that means." If you think you know the word but are not sure, go ahead and guess. It's okay to guess. Ready? Let's begin. See all of these pictures? Point to the picture that best goes with these words. Monkey see. Now, I'm going to show you some more words.
Be sure to look carefully at all of the pictures. Some of the pictures are used more than once, and some pictures are not used at all. Point to the picture that best goes with vine clinger.
I don't know.
Orchard annual. Plump Pisces. Aquatic vertebrate. Ponderous pachyderm. Culinary apparatus.
To score Subtest 2 Picture Vocabulary, the clinician will record correct answers as 1 and incorrect answers as 0. Each picture on a picture plate corresponds with a letter A through F. The correct letter answer for each item is noted in parentheses next to the item on the scoring sheet. The clinician must administer all 9 picture cards, but may opt to discontinue testing on an individual picture card.
Subtest 3, word ordering. The examiner says a series of random ordered words and asks the student to reorder them to form a complete, correct sentence. I'm going to say some words that you will make into a sentence. Use all the words and put them together to make a sentence. For example, big am I. Can you change the words around to make a sentence? You can say, I am big, or am I big? Let's try another. Name is my Jessica. Can you make a sentence?
My name is Jessica.
Home, go, let's.
Let's go home.
Cake, eat, your.
Eat cake.
It, we, because, home, rained, went.
We went home because of rain. Can you make a sentence?
Piano, the, played, boy, is, the, brother, my, who.
That's right.
Subtest 4, relational vocabulary. The examiner says 3 stimulus words that have some relationship to each other, and the student tells how they are alike. I'm going to say 3 words that are alike in some way. I want you to tell me how they are all alike. For example, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. These are all days of the week. That is how they are alike. Now you can try. Red, brown, green. How are they alike?
Colors.
Dog, horse, cat.
Animal.
Venus, Mars, Saturn.
Planet. How are they alike?
Femur, tibia, tarsus.
If you said leg bones, you're right.
To score Subtest 3 and Subtest 4, the clinician will record correct answers as 1 and incorrect answers as 0. Acceptable responses are noted on the scoring sheet next to each item. The clinician may discontinue testing after 3 consecutive failures.
Subtest 5, morphological comprehension. The examiner says a series of sentences and the student responds to each sentence by telling whether or not it is a correct sentence.
I'm going to say some sentences. Some of the sentences are correct and some are incorrect. You tell me if the sentence I say is correct or incorrect. Let's try one. I see you. Is that sentence correct or incorrect?
Correct.
Yes, that's a correct sentence. Let's try another. Me play ball. Is that a correct sentence or incorrect sentence?
Incorrect.
Yes, that's an incorrect sentence. These boys is happy. Is that sentence correct or incorrect?
Correct. Are these sentences correct or incorrect?
It was them who won the war. Joan and her are friends.
Both of those sentences are incorrect.
To score subtest 5, the clinician would award 1 point to each correct response and 0 points to each incorrect response. The clinician must administer the first 10 items regardless of student performance. Starting with item 11, the clinician may discontinue testing if the student misses 3 of the 5 items. If the student misses more than 1 foil, which are the lettered items on the scoring sheet, discontinue testing and do not score the subtest.
The examiner says a single word that has 2 or more meanings. Students respond by giving as many meanings for that word as they can.
Sometimes a word we use in speaking will also have 2 or more meanings. For example, the word sun can mean the bright hot star which provides the earth with daylight, or it can also mean a boy child. On this subtest, I will say a word and I'd like you to tell me as many meanings for that word as you can. Let's practice with this word, see. Tell me as many meanings as you can for see. Look. How about understand an ocean? Okay. Scent.
Give it. Penny.
Anything else?
How many meanings can you think of?
Bear. Hint, there are 7 answers for this.
To score subtest 6, the clinician would place a checkmark in the box beside each correct definition stated by the student. In the score column, the clinician will record the total number of correct definitions stated for each item. All items for this subtest must be administered.